Have you ever wanted to make a pasta recipe but thought it was too hard? Well, today I'm going to teach you Pasta Fra Diavolo, which means among the devil. Today we're also going to be using shrimps and scallops, and I'll show you how to properly sear those off and make a delicious pasta recipe for your friends, your family, and whomever you would like to impress. So stick around and enjoy the recipe. We're going to start by mincing 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, making sure that the garlic is very finely chopped. If the garlic is sticking to your hands or your knife, sprinkle a little salt onto the garlic to help prevent that. Now we're going to do our parsley. Make sure that you take the parsley off the stems because remember, we never like stems or seeds. Next, we're going to mince some thyme. And check that we have plenty of time on our hands to keep working on the dish. We're leaving the stems on this time, and the stems add more flavor to the dish. Now, let's dice up a whole onion. You know why onions make you cry? It's because when you undress them, they're so darn ugly. While I place my scallops, I will explain how you can get a perfect sear on your scallops and why mine unfortunately got boiled. When you get scallops, make sure that they are fresh and not frozen. These types of scallops are called dry scallops. So when you see them frozen at the grocery store or your meat guy says they're wet, try to stay away from those. Even those things being wet may be hard to stay away from. The reason you don't want those is A, fresh is always better, and B, wet scallops are treated with water and a preservative mixture, yuck, which makes the scallops have a lot more water in them and essentially causes them to boil in the pan as the water escapes the scallop. And when they boil, they don't get that nice golden sear. Moving on, we're starting to sear our scallops. Pour about 2 tablespoons of olive oil onto a pan and allow that pan to heat up till it's slightly smoking. This would usually be medium to high heat. Before you place the scallops into the pan, make sure to dry them off with a towel or a paper towel. Then, salt the tops of them and let them sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. This will season the scallops beautifully and also dry them out a bit more for a nicer sear. Now, after your scallops have set for about 3 minutes, you're going to use a paper towel to dry them off and place them into the pan. Give them a good sear, about 3 minutes on each side, making sure not overcooking them to where they're bouncy balls. Once the scallops are done, we want to place them off to the side on a plate till later. Now we're going to add our shrimp to the same pan. Place your shrimp onto a plate and salt them like you did the scallops, waiting 2 to 3 minutes and then drying them off before you put them into the hot pan. Now with the shrimp, they can either be fresh or frozen. It doesn't matter too much since they don't add all that crap that the scallops have. Just do the same where you add the oil to the pan, allow for it to lightly start smoking, and then place your shrimp into the pan. The shrimp will be quick to cook, about 1 to 2 minutes on each side should suffice depending on the size of the shrimp. The way you will know if the shrimp has cooked perfectly or overcooked is that if the tail touches the head. If they do that, then you overcooked them, but if there's a little gap between the tail and the head, then you have cooked them perfectly. Just make sure to double check by always tasting one. Once the shrimp are done, place them with their shellfish brothers and get ready for the next steps. Now to start the sauce. Add a touch more oil to the pan over medium-high heat and place your onion into the pan. Allow for the onion to cook until translucent and soft, stirring occasionally to prevent any burning. This is the starting base for our sauce, which will be delicious. Once the onion is cooked, we are adding our special ingredient, anchovies. Now you may think, ew, anchovies, but I promise this will add a great depth of flavor to this sauce that will blow your mind. The anchovies will also melt down into the sauce so you won't even notice them. Just give it a chance. But to continue with the sauce, add about 1 tablespoon of red chili flakes. And don't do what I did, which was add 3 tablespoons and make tear gas in the kitchen where even the dog was sneezing. Now I did run out of time to film the thyme, how convenient, but add your chopped thyme to the sauce as well. Now to deglaze the pan. Pour about 1 cup of white wine into the pan, stirring to get all the fond up, which is all the seared bits on the bottom. The fond holds all the flavor, and it's the secret that chefs use. Now add a tablespoon of tomato paste to get that dark red color. And because I forgot to film it, I put a 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes into the sauce, as well as an 8-ounce bottle of clam juice. Those were to thicken up and to flavor the sauce more. Now, because I'm impatient and don't want to wait for this to start boiling, I've waited for it. Oh, well, look, it's actually boiling now. All right, well, let's go ahead and add our pasta. So this is linguine. You can choose fettuccine, Alfredo, whatever you want. But we're going to go ahead and get our pasta out here. We're going to spill a little bit, put a little bit in there. We're just going to, oh, what's this? What's this? Give me one moment. Oh, it says subscribe. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, that like button, and share this with your friends. And I promise more delicious recipes will be coming your way. But for now, we're going to let this pasta boil, and we'll be right back. After we have cooked and drained our pasta accordingly, we add it to our sauce. Give it a good toss and make sure that every noodle is coated with this delicious sauce. Also, add your scallops and shrimp into the pot so that they can warm up before serving. To plate up the pasta, I went a bit of a fancier route, but you can do it however you like. Place as many shrimps and scallops on each plate as you desire, and top that with some parsley. Now you have a dish that will impress anyone in your life. If you enjoyed this recipe, please leave a like, follow, and share with your friends, and I will see you for the next one.